big crowd in attendance, 2 new coaches, Terry Wheeler, who'd made his name as a player at Footscray and then as a coach at Williamstown in the VFA, coaching the Bulldogs today. Kenny Sheldon, the former Carlton champion at St Kilda, and coaching for the first time. So both the coaches a little nervous. Big things expected from both teams, particularly St Kilda with Tony Lockett, Nicky Winmar and Jimmy Cracker. Their pre-season form had been pretty good. Danny Frawley withdrew from the St Kilda side. Rod Owen came into the team. Let's go to the first quarter and the highlights. The Saints against the Bulldogs.
And Footscray going through the middle, but it's chopped off here by Laurie, and he drives it longer full forward. Lockett with a hand to it, couldn't take the mark. Roving the pack, and the first goal comes up to Owen.
Gets the hand pass back to Winmar. A sweeping one over the top. There's an opportunity now for Taylor, was it, or Burke, but a beautiful kick into the full forward area, and the mark has been taken by Lockett. Lockett, for his first goal for 1990, makes no mistake.
Footscray ruckman Justin Charles, a 19-year-old who looked impressive in the Foster's Cup. Here's a snap for goal. It's curling through for a goal. And what a kick that was by Peakett.
Hawkins gets out of it. Cullen, left foot kick towards half forward. No one there. Footscray, mark taken by Lowy.
Badly directed kick there by Cullen.
Bad hand pass by Lowe, and Muller's in all sorts of trouble. That could have been holding the ball. The Footscray fans thought it should have been. It comes to Liberatore, who snaps and kicks a goal. Charles, interception by Cracker, getting his first touch. Off the left boot for Lockett. He's got it. He's kicked one already, lining up for number 2. And St Kilda lead, 4 straight to Footscray, 1-2.
Kitchke doing the tackling. Steve Wallace gets it out again. Cullen's on the end of it, takes the mark and plays on quickly. A left foot kick by Cullen towards full forward Muller. It's punched away by Grant. A kick by Williams, might even bounce through. It does, a goal to Footscray.
Couldn't take the mark though, and then tackled McGuinness illegally. Play on, Atkins to the pocket, and Grant leads and marks. Getting his chance because of Adrian Campbell's injury last week. On the boundary line, 40 metres out. His second kick in league football. It's pretty good. Great goal.
The hand pass off to Liberatore. Opportunity to give it away again. Oh, bad effort by Charles. Russo brilliantly reading it. Harvey should goal. Running into an open goal. A little chip. And it's there. St Kilda's 6th.
Yes, a great start to the Saints. 6-2 kicking with a slight breeze, 38. Footscray 3-4. Tony Lockett had kicked 2 goals in that first quarter. We go back to the match in the second term. The Saints have increased their lead by just 1 point. It's 6-3 St Kilda, 3-4 to Footscray.
Kitchke wins. Jeffrey, little kick out of there, doesn't clear the area. Burke. Hawkins in front. 6 possessions, first quarter. Jim Cracker. Back he goes to Devonport. High kick to the wing. Winmar sets himself. Good mark. That was brilliant.
Winmar plays on quickly, kicks it towards centre half forward. Russo out in front, can't quite gather it. Well tackled by Hogg, but he gets the ball away to the advantage of Nixon, hard up against the boundary line. Pushed by Steve Wallace. Harvey, good play there by Stanfield, across to Wigney, and the Bulldogs out of trouble. Wigney's kicked back towards the wing. Oh, what a mark! Hawkins quickly off to Foster, no messing around, and the ball is at centre half forward for Footscray, but a good mark taken by Jeffrey, that half back for St Kilda. He plays on quickly, kicks it wide to Grant. Grant's hand pass to Devonport. Devonport looking up here towards half forward for Winmar. He's got Cracker in support. Great understanding. Cracker's kick to Lockett. Oh, great punch away by Hogg. Or it could have even been Tatsaris. Good play by both those Bulldog defenders on that occasion, as Tony Lockett must have surely been aiming for goal number 3.
Throw in St Kilda's forward line. Wild hand pass, chopped off by Steve Wallace. On his own is David Grant, with Terry Wallace saying, "Where are you, everyone?" Grant 70 metres from goal. Well, Nixon wasn't a chance then. Hawkins, good hand pass away. Atkins, Wigney. Long kick for Williams. Nudged underneath the ball, no whistle. Good tackle applied there by Taylor. Comes to Lowe. And that ball will beat them all out of bounds. Half forward for Footscray. 39 plays 22, a 17-point lead to St Kilda.
Really not Glenn Coleman's go, is it, Bernie, that finessing stuff?
Well, he just held on to it a little bit too long and
does the ruck work. Atkins at the back. Kick to the front of the square. Young Grant slipped. Muller standing his ground. Grant kept off it. The Footscray fans not happy. The kick back in towards the centre. No mark taken by Nixon. Winmar gets it out to Cracker. Cracker gives it on to Harvey. Harvey looking for Lockett. The pass is pretty good, but chipping in Tatzaris. Foster taps it back towards Hogg. Foster still on the ground. Now he picks himself up. Hogg's kick is pretty good. Wallace, Terry. Wallace, Stephen. Towards centre half forward. Williams can't mark. Falls over at a critical stage. Chipping in is Taylor. Helped out by Devonport. Liberatore, a one-man band. He's still in after there. Williams now helping out. And he gets the kick away. Mark Williams, and a good mark in front of his face, taken by Chris Grant. The short pass is on, and he kicks it back to Liberatore, perhaps not gathering all that much ground, but certainly assisting in the angle. So Tony Liberatore, he'll be kicking from just inside 50 metres. Goes for the drop punt kick, gets it high in the air, but hooks it a little, striving for that extra distance and through for a behind. St Kilda 6-3, Footscray 3-5.
Ian Muller for St Kilda. Not a great kick. Oh, and the mark taken by Kolonyuk. That kick by Muller had a real wobble on it. And Stephen Kolonyuk has a chance here for Footscray, about similar distance to Liberatore, opposite side of the ground. Great kick.
Kitschke gets the tap out. Russo can't get his foot to the ball. Steve Wallace just slipped out of his hands, but Liberatore. Away go the Bulldogs again. Liberatore to half forward, but a good mark taken by Grant at centre half back for St Kilda. He's got Jimmy Cracker on this outer wing. The ball just may sit for him nicely. Atkins comes in a little too late. Cracker slips the tackle, gets the hand pass over the top to Jeffrey. Jeffrey's kick is pretty good. He's found Pekin. Pekin kicks it further afield, a little too far for Harvey. Wigney's back there. Harvey will apply the tackle, not before the hand pass goes away to Hogg. Hogg's left foot kick is perfect. Liberatore marks. Hand pass is nice. Hippleston's run up from half back, looking for a player in support. It's Steve Wallace in the centre. Steve Wallace's chip kick. Grant, no. Chipping in well for St Kilda was Muller. A left foot step by Cullen is close. The fans like it, the goal umpire doesn't. It's through for a behind.
Mark Cullen had a little bit more time there to steady. Had he known it, I think he would have been able to run in and have a more front-on shot than kicking it around the corner.
Let's hope Muller's kick's better this time. Well, it's outside 50. Lowe has to go the punch, though. They've lost some ground here. Rice. Out of defence. Chipping in is Atkins. Footscray lifting. Simon Atkins leans back on this one. Grant at the back. One touch not enough, and rushed through by Muller for a behind, showing that the St Kilda defence is under a bit of hammer, and the margin is now just 8 points.
There's nothing like a really direct long kick, is it, to put the defence under pressure?
No, well, you get the ball down there quickly. You've got a wide open forward line, and nothing better than a full forward and a full back. Well, the full forward likes having a one-out battle, and that's what they're doing by kicking long and direct.
Laurie now kicking in. Pretty good decision there by St Kilda, because he's a very reliable kick. Dean Rice kicks the ball out of half back towards centre wing, and the mark has been taken there by Harding. St Kilda still not quite in their forward half. Now they are, with this kick from Harding up towards half forward. Hogg, who's working overtime in defence for Footscray. A neat little left foot pass to Wallace. That's Stephen Wallace. His kick is not bad. Williams just a little slow to get to the action. Devonport's kick towards the centre, mark to Harvey. Hand pass off to Russo. Went one way, back the other. The kick towards half forward, and that's a good mark to St Kilda, taken by Nixon at centre half forward. Looking to move it on quickly. The kick, a high one. No, not allowed, has to go back. And umpire Russo, officiating back there, has said that it must come back to Ricky Nixon. Nixon at centre half forward, about 60 metres from goal. Again, goes with the high drop punt kick towards full forward. Lockett can't mark. Footscray defenders got back there pretty well. Liberatore tackled by Winmar. Pekin dives on it. Over the top is Charles for Footscray. Umpire Thompson calls for a bounce.
And St Kilda did very well to keep that ball in there. Their forwards battling hard to make sure the ball's not run out easily.
Real contest here in the pocket. Once again it goes out, and Hogg continuing on his good form from last season. He's had 8 kicks and 2 handballs. Good day's work. Harding in front, clears the ruckman. Taken away by Hogg, coming up for possession number 11. The hand pass is good. Eccleston wide open here for Footscray. Eccleston can go all the way to half forward. The kick, beautiful to Grant. What football!
Yeah, that was champagne football, wasn't it, from Footscray? Great stuff from Greg Eccleston. 4 or 5 bounces through the centre. And again, a strong lead from this young bloke, Chris Grant, at full forward.
Grant, he's kicked 1 goal, 1. This will reduce the margin to 2 points if he can get this one. Kicking from just inside 50. It's away to the right. Slightly disappointing from there.
39 plays 32. The Saints lead. And again, Grant Laurie doing the kicking in, far more consistent. Out towards half-back. Kolonyuk from St Albans. He's well tackled. You should be penalised. Now the advantage is paid. Jeffrey and Kolonyuk dust up behind play. But on goes Dean Rice. He's had 3 bounces. Now there's a 4th. And his 5th bounce will take him up towards the 50-metre line. Where's Lockett? No, Rice goes over Lockett's head. Kicks it into the opposite forward pocket. No mark to Winmar, but athletically, Nicky Winmar up. Back he goes, and Lockett takes the mark in the other forward pocket. Still a very difficult angle for St Kilda. He'll be hard up against the boundary line. And the wind blowing out of those goals, so Tony Lockett has got the job in front of him to convert here. Russo coming off, and Bowie to come on for St Kilda. Lockett goes for goal. Goal umpire right behind it. It's through for a behind. Tony Lockett, 2 goals, 2. And the Saints lead by 8 points.
Very tough angle there to kick a goal from, especially with the breeze as it is.
4 marks, 4 kicks for Lockett for his 2 goals, 2. Foster hustled out of that, but he'll take a free kick. Footscray have moved it down the centre corridor pretty well. And he wanted to play on over the mark.
It's amazing there was no St Kilda player on the mark, so where does he kick over?
Exactly. Exactly, over-umpired there. The umpire shouldn't have go. It was St Kilda's fault. They should have picked up the mark. They didn't.
Umpire Ron Thompson in his 5th AFL game. Foster short of half forward. Kitchke underneath the ball. Here's Devonport for St Kilda. Open slather here for Laurie. Chased by Atkins. He just had to do the same to Rice. Lockett's there, crunches to the front. Cracker, great roving. Jim Cracker, goal coming up. Oh, it should have been, but he hooked it.
2 behind to Jimmy Cracker in St Kilda's total. But the Footscray defenders doing well to drop in that, fill up that gap where Lockett was leading into.
Eccleston, a high ball out towards the outer half-back. Foster can't mark. Pekin's kick around his body in towards full forward. No mark taken. Winmar goes after it again. Look at the skill of Nicky Winmar. Goes for goal and pops it through.
Bounced by umpire Russo back in the middle. Kitchke palms down to Bowie. Kick touched off the boot. Wobbles out of the centre square. Wigney did well at ground level, then gave away a free kick, said the umpire, for a low tackle. Robert Harvey. Will the kick reach his target? Not quite. Pekin. Inside 50. Hoisted high. Gains no distance. Nixon charging through and the ball out of play, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Tony McGuinness must work hard to pick up Tim Pekin. Tim Pekin is a tagger, but Pekin going down to St Kilda's forward line. McGuinness must get back there.
Steve McPherson comes on to replace Cullen for Footscray. Winmar keeps it in and centres. A long way away from Lockett. An awkward mark that, but well taken by Foster. Gets it away to Steve Wallace, who seems to have had plenty of possessions out on his own. Off to Terry Wallace. And once again, Footscray straight down the centre corridor. Good punch away by Taylor. Goes to Burke. St Kilda rebounded. Now wide open for David Grant. A one-handed finger tipper. Grant off the left boot. In the direction of Lockett. Palm down. Jim Cracker roving. He's caught in the tackle. Loses it. And Footscray come out of defence through Hogg.
Hogg's kick towards centre wing. No mark taken. Steve Wallace in front. David Grant's driving. Dougie Hawkins, a good pickup. The hand pass. Intercepted well. Bowie for St Kilda. A little chip. Harvey gathers pretty well. Fairly talented. Robert Harvey, the little kick into the pocket has been marked by Lockett. Lockett in the pocket. 45 metres from goal. It's kick 2. Testing material. We've seen kicks from this distance fall short into the square. Goes for the torpedo. Booming kick. It'll be helped through by those players trying to punch it away for a rush behind to St Kilda. 7-6 plays 4-8, and we've got 11 minutes left in the second quarter.
Well, with the way St Kilda started, you'd expect them to have more than 7 goals on the board by now. Footscray have chipped back at them pretty well. Margin 16 points, as it was at quarter time. It's a bit wide for Wallace. Terry Wallace just inside the boundary line. Coleman at the back. Well played by Devonport. And the ball out of play for a throw-in. St Kilda fans over there pretty happy with the youngster Devonport, back pocket. Low to do the ruck work against Coleman. And Hawkins actually over the top of both of them. Comes to David Grant. To Devonport again. Straight to Steve Wallace. Another possession with nobody near him.
9th kick coming up with 7 hand passes to Steve Wallace. Kick into the pocket, no mark taken. McGuinness from a standing start around his body. Jeffrey, the only player back there, and he takes a safe mark on his chest in the back pocket. Short kick is risky. Liberatore high over the top, can't mark. Taylor, opportunity for Terry Wallace. Tidying up was Burke. Burke's kicking towards the centre. No mark taken. Charles, promising type, Justin Charles. The kick a little too far. Kick off the ground by Laurie. Wigney's onto it. Crashes his way through. Good play. He may even goal from here. Stuart Wigney goes for goal. Oh, it's just missed. I think it's hit the post. Well, the fans would have been on their toes there. A goal from the defender would have been very, very stimulating stuff for the Bulldogs. Grant Laurie preparing to bring the ball back into play. Goes to the outer side. Nice looking kick. Williams there for Footscray. Can't mark. Low. Hawkins. Steve McPherson on the ground. Kicking towards the half-forward area. Williams into an open goal. Goes Mark Williams. And he misses also. Could the hand pass have been on there, Bernie, do you think?
Oh, I think he should have made the most of it and kicked it himself, but a bad miss there from Mark Williams. A great opportunity there for Footscray to get back into the match.
So Footscray now have had more scoring shots, but they've kicked 4 goals, 10, and trail by 14 points. Laurie. Kitchke in to Atkins back. The umpire calls for the throw-in. Footscray fans not happy. Big Damien Kitchke from South Australia. Does the ruck work. Comes to David Grant. Steers it low to Nixon near the centre. Stanfield with him. first gamer. Nixon eventually gets support from Rice. Winmar in front. Open forward line if Winmar can deliver a long bomb to Lockett. It's one out. Lockett in front. Every time he'll win those.
Yes, very little a fullback can do there with Tony Lockett with his bulk in front on the lead. A wide open forward line. And with his strength, he is very hard to stop.
Kitchke replaced by Rod Owen as Tony Lockett lines up for his third goal. He's taken 5 marks, 6 marks, and gets goal number 3.
So St.Kilda by 20 points now with Tony Lockett kicking his third. And Footscray have had their opportunities to be in this match, but they've wasted them. A couple of easy shots at goal missed, one by Chris Grant and the other one there by Mark Williams in this quarter. And also they're having the ball run out of the back line, out of their forward line far too easily.
So can the Bulldogs peg it back? Under 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Opportunity here for Laurie. Does pretty well, gets the hand pass away. Burke's there in support. Grant doing a bit of shepherding. The chip kick is nice for Rice. Over the top, sweeping hand pass, Bowie. St Kilda doing well, running with the ball. Bowie's kick high, looking again for Lockett. He's underneath it, he's got it. Well, Tatsaris is mesmerised.
Well, he had the run up there too, Zeno Tatsaris. Tony Lockett was propped under the ball. He's such a bulky fellow that Tatsaris couldn't get his fist to the ball.
And I'll tell you what, yesterday, Jason Dunstall equalled a first-round record with 12. Lockett could beat it today.
He's kicking from about 25 metres out directly in front. And this ball floating away, but it's still able to sneak through. Another goal to St Kilda.
Lockett's taken 7 marks, and we've still got 7 minutes to half-time. Winmar wins the centre bounce. Here's Wigney for Footscray. McGuinness. His left footer, chopped off by Lowe. Drops the diving mark. Taylor was there to help. Devon bought plenty of touches. And now Pekin.
Glenn Coleman into the ruck, and Justin Charles playing centre-half forward now for Footscray.
Winmar led down the boundary line to mark well. Long way from goal. Short of half forward still with this kick. Comes to the back, Owen. Hand pass blindly, off to Jeffrey. One out again is Lockett. If it can clear the defender, Lockett's got it. Now he's contesting at ground level. Leaves it for Bowie. Bowie, a left foot snap. Here's a great kick.
All of a sudden, St Kilda well on top here with Bowie's goal. Footscray have made a change. Stanfield now playing at full back on Tony Lockett. Tatsaris has been moved away, but St Kilda have gone to a 32-point lead close to half-time.
So the Bulldogs having a few problems in the latter part of this second quarter. Harvey goes off to Jimmy Cracker. Jimmy Cracker doesn't mess around. He goes direct towards half forward, but chipping in and taking a good mark as Eppleton. He plays on quickly, Greg Eppleton. It's a trademark of his game. The long ball out towards centre wing. Nearly the mark out there to Hawkins. He couldn't quite hang on to it. Burke gets the hand pass back to Lowy. Lowy's kick in towards the centre. Coleman crashes his way through. Hand pass over the top. Eppleton gathers. The kick is southern. It's taken off his boot, basically, by Harvey. Harvey's kicking towards centre-half forward. Here comes Tatsaris. He crashes his way through. He may be an advantage for Footscray further down the field. Low gathers pretty well. Hand pass over the top. Gather by Harding. Jimmy Cracker coming into the play. Kicks it high towards centre-half forward. Bowie's too late on the scene. Hogg takes a good mark for Footscray. Hogg handballs back to Tatsaris. Tatsaris is kicking towards the centre. Footscray mark nearly to Charles. He couldn't quite hang on to it. A scramble for possession in the centre. Opportunity now for St Kilda through Jeffrey. Now Jimmy Cracker. Hand passes go back. Harding. Harding's kick from nearly the standing start. Up towards centre-half forward. No mark taken. St Kilda have the numbers when the ball hits the ground. It's Laurie. Gets it off to Pekin. Pekin will go for goal, and it's pretty close. It just misses to the left. And through for another St Kilda score. So they're 10-7, 67, leading Footscray 4-10-34.
What a task now for Stanfield. Young Barry Stanfield in his first game of league football, playing on Tony Lockett. Here's Liberatore. Up to centre wing. Foster, he's got Wigney in support. Jeffrey did pretty well to make sure he didn't play on, but he better be careful. And the umpire lets him get away with that. Foster off the left boot to Wigney, who'd gone on. Footscray desperately need a couple of goals before half-time. Slight breeze is in their favour, but they've been outscored in this quarter. Muller. The scramble, we'll see a ball up.
That's been the difference between the two sides so far. Footscray have been killed around the packs. And St Kilda have had the players who have been prepared to get back in support.
33 points the difference, close to half-time. Flipped through the pack, chopped off by Kane Taylor. Lowe gets the hand pass away. Devonport to the centre of the ground. Winmar coming from behind, but Foster in front. And Peter Foster has been a fantastic aerialist today. He's taken 5 marks. Wigney.
Wigney, now Steve McPherson goes after it again, gets back to give himself a bit of room. He still has room. Bounce it quickly, you've gone too far.
Well, that was unfortunate there, wasn't it, for Steve
stiff,
McPherson?
yeah.
He just had to go for a bounce after he got past that second St Kilda player. I think he would have been right.
Yeah, well, I think he thought, obviously, that he was never in a comfortable position to kick it. And just that extra little bit cost him badly. Pekin has the ball for St Kilda at half-back, looking to give the hand pass, but now elects to kick in towards the centre. Terry Wallace, who's been right out of it. This time he's outmarked by Jeffrey. And Jeffrey, the kick towards half-forward. Nearly a St Kilda mark to Nixon. Down in the bottom of the pack there was Liberatore, is it? Picking himself up. The umpire calls for a bounce. 34 points, 33 points, St Kilda's lead. Harding, nice tap out. Owen, kick towards full forward. Lockett and Stanfield. Stanfield did pretty well in that jostling situation. Bowie held by Hogg, playing for the free kick. It's on. Now play on, and Lockett kicks the goal.
Taken charge of the latter end of that second quarter, kicking 5-6 to 1-6 against Footscray and leading 11-8-74 to 4-10-34, a 40-point margin. So the all-important third quarter coming up. Could Footscray come back and make it a competitive second half? Let's go back to the Western Oval. Our commentators, Drew Morford, Ian Robertson and Bernie Quinlan.
Start of the second half here. It's a 40-point lead to St Kilda. And quite a few changes in the Footscray lineup. Harrington's gone on to Lockett to become his third opponent. Here's Harvey, loses it in the tackle, picked up by Kolonyuk. High to half forward, 2-1 St Kilda. And it comes down to Jeffrey. Kolonyuk can't take the mark. Cracker takes it away from him. Good running by Grant, but he couldn't take the hand pass. Now Footscray underway. McPherson. Here's Grant. Well, he has been impressive. He's got Wigney up in the square, tried to find him, but the kick smothered by Muller, and Muller's able to put it out of bounds for St Kilda when it looked an almost certain Footscray goal.
Just a little bit of inexperience showing there by Chris Grant. He saw the opportunity to pass the ball, tried to do it, but didn't go back far enough and get the kick over Muller's head.
Boundary throw in, half forward flank for the Bulldogs. Very big quarter for them if they're going to have some chance. Kolonyuk, kick is across the ground, but it's effective. Wigney takes the mark between the centre and centre half forward position. Wigney looking for the pass, it's too short. St Kilda have the numbers. They've had an argument there, two players, but a free kick fortunately for them to Jeffrey. He hand passes off to Burke. Burke goes wide. Devonport from the back pocket. Impressive looking youngster is Devonport. He's up on centre wing now and kicks St Kilda into attack up towards full forward. Broken down because Matthew Hogg's there. He gets the hand pass wide. It's a little too far for Tatsaris. Owen running onto it, close to the boundary line. Rod Owen keeps it in with skill, handballs to his own advantage. Now it's kicked off the ground by Tatsaris, but Jimmy Cracker's there for St Kilda, and he kicks the Saints back into attack into the forward pocket, but a high-flying mark taken by Foster. The hand pass over the top. Atkins goes down. Backing up well was Charles. He's still fumbling for possession. Atkins is still there. Gets the ball wide. No one there for Footscray. A real struggle at centre-half forward for St Kilda. The ball comes out tunnel ball style to McGuinness. He kicks Footscray over the centre. At the back, Liberatore. Can he slip the Taylor tackle in towards the forward pocket? Grant. Muller. Grant takes it over. Boundary throw in left forward pocket. 15 metres around from the Footscray goal.
We've just made critical mistakes, Footscray, with Peter Foster taking that great mark at centre-half back and then going for a hand pass to a player under pressure. That's where they're letting themselves down.
Couple of changes for Footscray. Terry Wallace off the ground, apparently injured, and Stanfield has moved to half forward. Muller out of defence for St Kilda, marked by David Grant. He puts it up to Rice, who marks just behind the wing, backs his pace and dashes away from Charles. Centering kick for Nixon. Good mark. Nixon goes down and gets 50 metres.
Well, he may have been a little bit fortunate to get that 50 metres. He's going back. A courageous mark, no doubt, to Nixon. But what do you do when you're centre-half back? You definitely have to do all you can do to knock the ball away, and that's what Foster did.
So this now looks almost a certain goal for St Kilda, with Peter Foster, the man on the mark, dragged back to within about 20 metres of goal. Just what Footscray didn't need. St Kilda, with whatever slight breeze there is here today, they outscored Footscray into the breeze in the second term. Nixon kicks true. Well, Peter Foster's little indiscretion was very costly that time for Footscray. St Kilda 12-8, Footscray 4-10.
Yeah, St Kilda dashing away, and this is a vital quarter to both sides. St Kilda could bury Footscray in this quarter if they get the run-on game going with the aid of this slight breeze, but Foster doing all he could there to spoil the ball. Nixon, a very courageous mark going against the flight of the ball, and aided with that 50-metre penalty, made a certainty of the goal.
.46 points now, St Kilda's lead. Charles gets it down to Kolonyuk. Kolonyuk's kick towards half forward. Jeffrey running back with the flight of the ball. Takes a good mark. A little upset with the close attention. The short pass is effective. Harding looking to give the hand pass. He goes to Jeffrey. Jeffrey, a sweeping hand pass wide to Pekin. Pekin's kick into the pocket is pretty good. Mark is taken by Owen.
The worry there, Tim Pekin is tagging Tony McGuinness, but he's also running off Tony McGuinness, so McGuinness has to get that defensive side of his game going.
Owen wasting a bit of time, I would think there. He's deep at half forward. He couldn't possibly score. Now he goes for the torpedo punt kick into the pocket. Lockett. Play on. There's a kick to goal. There's a kick by Bowie. Magnificent snapshot by Bowie. And St Kilda go further ahead. 13 goals, 8. 86, Footscray 4-10-34.
And this is turning out to be a bit of a hiding for Footscray. The big crowd came out here expecting big things from Footscray this season. Tony Lockett nearly taking that mark, and all of a sudden, like a flash, Brett Bowie kicked his second goal, and St Kilda go further ahead.
Well, St Kilda starting the third quarter like they opened the game. Bowie's hand pass is blocked there by Steve Wallace. McGuinness goes backwards with his hand pass to Eppleton. Cullen couldn't quite take the mark, under pressure from Burke, slips the tackle. Cullen's left footer, short of full forward. Muller overruns it. Grant, decked in a good tackle. St Kilda can come out of it now. Muller, standing start. High, not a great lot of distance. Hawkins needed courage. Kept the ball in front of himself, puts it out wide, which wasn't wide enough for Wigney. Devonport. No, Wigney just hurdled him. Devonport said, thanks a lot. Back to Jeffrey. Kicked it like a sack of spuds. Rice. Good running by St Kilda. Kane Taylor now, and he's kicked to centre half forward. Owen is there. Tapped on. Pekin gets the hand pass wide. St Kilda running right. Here's Pekin for Lockett. Couldn't quite get the mark, and Harrington gets the bouncing ball and dashes away. Back to the centre of the ground for Cullen. Once again he drops a finger tipper. Liberatore for Steve Wallace. Head-to-hand pass blind. Liberatore loses control of it. Laurie to Pekin. And a great pass to Owen. And Rod Owen, inside 50, is a bit of a chance.
Every time it's a St Kilda player cleaning up, isn't there, Robbo? There's just the support has been fantastic.
Yeah,
by
they
the
had
St Kilda
3-1 just here in front of us, didn't they, Bernie?
All the
when
time.
Liberatore was on his own. He's about 4 foot nothing, and 3 reasonable-sized St Kilda players. He had no hope whatsoever.
Owens kicked 1 goal 1. This shot will be from about 48 metres. And Breeze should assist him a bit here. Good kick. Beautiful kick.
So the bounce favours Charles. He takes it out of the air, then fumbles on the bottom of it, Hawkins, and he's been awarded a free kick. Dougie Hawkins, his first game as captain. A kick towards half forward. No mark taken by Stanfield. Cullen gets the hand pass back towards Atkins. Stanfield has a chance to run at it. Just slips over at the critical stage. The hand pass goes out wide. Laurie, not quite fast enough. Nathan Burke, a sweeping hand pass. St Kilda players running riot. There's 3 of them to 1 again. Foster was the odd man out for Footscray. The kick goes up half forward. Owen and Tatsaris. Owen leading Tatsaris and Merry Dance. Gets back onto the right foot a little selfishly. Gets his kick away towards full forward. Lockett at the back, Harrington in front. Here's the mercurial Jimmy Cracker. He's well tackled. He gets the hand pass away to Harvey. Lockett tries to crash his way through. He's caught. Definitely should be penalised. Play on, says the umpire. The kick goes wide. Hawkins has a chance. The bounce favours the Hawk. He's pulled off the ball. Umpire Russo's lost his whistle. The Saints go right on with the game. Devonport has the ball. Up towards centre wing, Devonport kicks St Kilda into attack. An easy mark taken by Owen. Jimmy Cracker has a look. Kicks it in the pocket. Nixon takes the mark. It's all St Kilda.
There's Tatsaris off the ground. Coleman coming back on. But this sort of rebound football is catching Footscray out every time.
I thought maybe they were a little bit stiff out there on that outer wing where Hawkins tried to play for the free kick. He was pulled off the ball. And there you go. The play goes back the other way. St Kilda have a shot for goal through Nixon.
I think the Lockett factor contributed to this kick for goal by Nixon, because you could have bet that Cracker was going to go to Lockett.
Well, Nixon, a tight angle. The kick is across the face and through for a behind. So Ricky Nixon has kicked 1 goal 1. Started on the interchange bench with Brendan Bowie. And both players, since coming onto the field, have done pretty well for their side. A kick in by Harrington finds Charles.
Young Justin Charles up to half-back with his kick. Puts Wigney under the hammer. Oh, that's a clever tap by McGuinness. Liberatore just keeps it in. No, he didn't. Out of bounds before he got rid of the kick. And we'll have a throw in near centre wing. Well, Tony Liberatore has been in good form in practice matches. Started pretty well today, 11 possessions. Atkins goes back to McGuinness. Footscray needs something out of this. Comes to the front to Cullen. Pretty open forward line, so they're a bit of a chance. Cullen goes for a run. He should get round low easily. Inside 50. The hand pass is a bit short for Kolonyuk, but he snaps or passes. It's the goal to Kolonyuk. And that's Footscray's first goal since the 6-minute mark of the second quarter.
And that's what they have to do, Footscray, get some run into their game. Mark Cullen setting that up with a bit of a dash from half-forward line. And the hand pass to Steve Kolonyuk, who could have passed to Chris Grant had he chosen. But it didn't matter as he kicked the goal. But better play by Footscray.
Good bounce. Charles, Harvey, Liberatore. Here go Footscray again. The kick towards half forward. But a good mark for St Kilda taken by Devonport. And hasn't he played a game?
He's played very well. But Footscray, every time they kick wildly to that half-forward line, St Kilda run it out so easily.
Yes, they're not kicking wide enough, really, are they? Devonport again. 1 bounce. He's had 2 possessions in about 10 seconds. The kick to full forward. Lockett. Great hands. Too strong. Holds his position against Harrington and marks 30 metres from goal. Pretty well straight in front.
Gee, if he stays fit and stays out of the tribunal, I think we're in for a sensational year with Tony Lockett.
Yes, what a player. He can only get fitter if he can stay on his feet. Shot for goal. He's hooked it a little bit. Goal umpire in a good position. Moves across ever so slightly. But that's Tony Lockett's 6th goal. He's kicked 6 goals, 3, and that's...
Today's match is part of the CUB.
And the Saints and Tony Lockett continued their good form up to three-quarter time, leading 17-11 to 6-12 against Footscray, kicking 6-3 to 2-2 as we came to the final quarter. A couple of things to look forward to here. Would Tony Lockett kick 10 goals? The record margin by the Saints over Footscray is 81 points. They're leading by 65, and their record score ever against Footscray is 23 goals, 19. Let's go back to the highlights of the final term.
Played about half a game. Bowie for 12 possessions. There's Jim Cracker. Doesn't he give them something around the pack? Russo, Bowie, lightning to Nixon. Beautiful football. Lockett. Champagne. Lockett has 7. G. Dunstall only had 5 to three-quarter time yesterday and kicked 12. Lockett has 8. He's had plenty of distance with his kicks. Accuracy a bit of a problem. This time he's got neither. Might be a goal though to Williams.
Big punch by Kitchke towards centre-half forward. Bowie does pretty well, the little fella. Short pass, looking for Lockett. Oh, pushed in the back, was he? Oh, what a sin by... Oh, allows Nixon in for a simple goal.
And players getting free all up this broadcast wing. David Grant. To Bowie on his own at centre-half forward. He's got Winmar, mightn't need him. Here's Nicky Winmar, 40 metres from goal, goes for the pass to Lockett. And it is just like clockwork. So Tony Lockett going for goal number 9. And he gets that no problems and has 14 minutes of play left to build on it.
Where's Lockett? All eyes on Tony Lockett. Goes for the lead. Owen gets around now. The kick by that player up towards full forward. Lockett!
Unstoppable.
Dean Rice, Nathan Burke. Improvement from the youngsters. Lockett goes for number 10 and drills it. And a good mark taken by Whitney. He plays on quickly and gets the hand pass out to McGuinness. 1 bounce, 2nd bounce. 3 bounces to Tony McGuinness. The right foot kick to the front of the goal square. Coleman marks. Thought he might have attempted to play on there, Glenn Coleman. Coleman in the goal square. And he kicks it nearly into Barclay Street. It's a goal to Footscray there, 8th.
Cullen swoops one over to McGuinness. Has had plenty of touches, Tony McGuinness. Short pass, and Wigney should run in and goal. And does.
Collinute was on his own, but Williams not quick enough to get back. Short passes on. Good lead, Grant. Good mark in front of his eyes. Very deliberate. Drop punt kick is accurate. And Chris Grant kicks his 2nd goal.
Bit of a mess here. Oh, it spills to Bowie. Played almost stopped. Bowie's left footer inside half forward. Owen, same direction as the ball. Owen shoots for goal. Open goal square, and it's through.